We are in the parlor. Here we talk about mind, dreams, myths, and some stories we make up. That's why we're in the parlor. Now, today, I am telling the story from my station in life. I am now 69. So, how I see the life has passed. It might be that sometimes we want to know who we are, how we place in this world. So we can examine some stories, some dreams we had as we come along. Know that everything in life, everything that moves by its own power. And we are moving along with the life. And we move with the forces that surround us. Okay, we just say it like that. So today I'm going to tell you a story about wind. Mighty force in life. You have to see wind as the main stream throughout the life. We'll see many stories come into the stream, many stories go out of the stream, but the wind is continuous from beginning to end. This story of wind, I already introduced this in the story I call The Beginning. So I'll just pass over those few introductions quickly. Say when I was 7 years old in Arena, facing north at the standpipe, and I look at the mountain and I say, when I grow up, I'll climb that mountain, make a hole in the sky, and go on the other side. And at night when I dream, I'm standing there at the standpipe, facing east, the wind always blowing from the east, and the wind is too strong, I cannot advance. I'm standing, I get down on my knees, still cannot advance. Hands down, still cannot advance. Short dream I had for a long time. So now, and then there is the other piece. When I was 16 years old, and I'm at the quasi, and I look at the northeast direction above the building, and there's the electric wires, and I see me floating around the wires. That was another story. See, in the first one, I am stuck by the wind. When I was standing by the standpipe there, I meet the wind face to face, I cannot advance. Now at 16, I see me being carried by the wind. Now, and in the next piece, when I was 21, I went to Niagara. I dreamed I'm at Niagara Falls, went down to the river floating, up to the falls, and I go up and I come down. And I cannot get out, see? So the idea is that now I am trapped in the wind. And then many years pass. Then many years later, I dreamt I am standing facing the wind. I have a towel hanging in front of me. And with that, I dive into the wind and I'm sailing. That was nice. I dreamt that for a while. And then after I dreamt, I take 2 pieces of board, both hands. I'm facing the wind. I dive into the wind. With that, I am sailing. I dreamt that for a while. And then one day I dreamt, as I was walking along the road, I turned away from the road and I put my arms out. I said, I'm going to fly. But then I said, hey, see the length of these arms? I don't have enough muscles for that. I did like that. And I said, oh, that's better. And I dive out from the road and I'm flying. Now, I'm flying level, but the ground is going down like it's a hollow, see? And I landed on a big cherry tree. And I looked down from the cherry tree and I could see a little house there, maybe 10 foot square. And a woman came out from the house and said, "Hey, what are you doing in my cherry tree?" And I said, "It is my father's house, it is my cherry tree, so don't say nothing." Now, really, I am not that rude, but a dream turned out like that. So now I am moving by my own power. I see that things are starting to happen. And then after that, in my dream, like I know I could fly. I put my hands down and I go straight up like a bullet. And I say, "Hey, I'll lose sight of the world. I'll get lost." I came down. I did that for a while, just like going straight up and then down. See that? And then after that, I dreamt I'm on big trees, on top of the trees, so high that I have no sight of the earth. And I'm going from one tree to the next, like tree hopping, and I'm picking the fruits. And I said, nobody in the world can get these fruits, only me. You know why? Because I can fly. I dreamt that for a while, just kind of a tree hopping. And then it became smaller trees until I was on the ground. Hey, this was a good one. After that, I dreamt like all over Arena and La Quesa. I'm in people's gardens and people's trees. Sometimes on the ground in people's gardens, but I know nobody can catch me because I can fly. See? And I think some time passed after that. And then the dream started again. And these, from here, the dreams, as I say, in the stream of the wind, many stories will come in and many stories will leave. I like it story find perfection, but the wind continues in other stories. See, in one story, I dreamt like I was walking, I'm going south, and I come to a river going east-west. And on the southern bank is a big mountain. And I want to see what's on the other side of that mountain. No trouble, because I can fly. I said, I will just go up. Now I look up and I see both sides of the river are pillars and then beams connecting them, concrete beams, like that. And I look up, I see beam. Oh, if I go straight up, I'll hit my head. So I go upstream a bit. I look up again, more beams. I keep going upstream and looking up until there was no more beam. So I'm clear out of this construct. And I'm going straight up. And as I reached level to the beams, there was a young woman there. And she got startled when she saw me. And she fell. And I just kind of go down. And I follow the river. The water must be like 2-3 feet deep and clear water. I can see. And then I see her lying there, under the water, face down. And I pull her out, put her on the bank, and just like in the movies, I don't know how this works, but I press her back and she bring out the water. And I turn her over in my arm, and she said something to me. But I don't remember now what she said to me. Now, see, this story now is connected with, see, in life, we always want to see what's over the next hill, what's around the bend, what is next. But if we look in our heart, in the water, the spirit there, this is all we find wherever we go. We desire something, we go, we get it, and then we start again. That's what that one is about. In another one, I dreamt I'm flying south, I'm flying level. I see a narrow road going east to west. I see children playing on the road. I kept going. And then I go up steep. And there's a platform there. And there's a young girl on the platform. It's always a young girl in my dream. And as I landed on the platform, she left. Then I heard a baby cry. And I called out, "Hey, what about the baby?" And she said, $29.95 at Costco. And I looked where the sound is coming from. And it was a plastic doll. So that's it. Now, that's what the story is about, you see. No matter how high we climb in life, no matter what we think we do, we achieve, we become, We bought into that in this life. Whether we are a baker, a banker, a butcher, a barber, a ventriloquist, it doesn't matter. We bought into that into this life. So now when you come to the station that you're 69 years old, even if you give up all those things, it wouldn't make any difference to who, what, and how you are. You just learned that, you did it, and okay, it's done. It's not really what you are. Huh? Now, in one funny dream, this is related to other things. I think I was flying in a northerly direction, and I could see a funeral procession going. And I had the feeling that's my funeral going there. I don't know what that is all about. And then what happened there? I dreamt from the ground in an easterly direction, 45 degrees. I took off like a bullet through the trees. As soon as I cleared the trees, I go straight up. And I went through the clouds. And I had like a bed sheet with me. And I opened it out, fly it in the wind. But the friend went above the clouds, I don't know. But then I came down and I landed on one of those long trucks carrying cars. And I walk around for a bit. I opened the trunk of one car, I sit down, and I found a 1 cent coin. I took it and put it in my pocket. If you find a cent, what do you do, huh? Then I get up and I could see the back of the head of the driver through the glass. I thought maybe I go and knock. But then I said, what if he look back and then he has an accident? I'll leave him alone. And I jump off this track. And I wake up. And I said, remember when I was 7 years old? My ambition was to make a hole in the sky and go on the other side. Where are the clouds? In the sky. And I went through the clouds, beyond the clouds. So I must have made it on the other side of the sky. I entertained myself like that. And what happened after that? Yeah. I dreamt I'm in a house like on the 3rd floor, and there's a concrete stair inside. And I'm going down, no banister, so I'm just walking down. And as I reach above the 1st floor, the stair is broken clean. So I look down below, and I could see like it's a workshop. I see men at machines, men talking, men walking around. So I go back up. And the window facing the road, I dive out of the window. And I realize if I bend my elbow a little bit, and if as I'm coming down, my fingers are up, and I'm going up, my fingers are down, flying is smooth and easy. And I fly and I go over the road. I fly and I went away. Then I dreamt, I see a woman obtain a car. I see her at the gas pump filling gas. She gives me the car that I should go somewhere and do something and return. And I went. Whatever I had to do, I don't know. But on the return, I see the gas needle reading empty. So I look both sides of the road. There's no gas station. I say, well, as long as the car is going, I'll go. When it stops, well, that's it. But I made it right to the spot where I was supposed to park. And the woman is there. And I said, the gas is finished. How much gas did you put in the car? She said, $2. I said, you put $2 worth of gas in a car and give it to me to God? But anyway, it doesn't matter. Then I remember, Vina said, meet him somewhere and we'll go and have lunch. And I looked at my watch. I can see the needles, but I cannot read the number. And I'm looking at this like, why can't I see the number? But it doesn't matter because I can fly. And there the road is going east-west. And on the southern side, it's a big building. And that's south is where I want to go to meet Vina. So I remember. Bend your elbows, and I'm flying. See? I go over the street, it was a wide street. I go over the lawn. I go up to the building. I go reach the top of the building. That's it. The wind is coming over so high that I cannot advance over the house, the building. So I just turned like that and I came down and I wake up. In the first part, you have to see, in the lowest level of this building, lowest level building, that's where things are manufactured. That's where you decide what you want or what you like. And you go back up and you dive out and you learn to fly with that power, you see. In the second, no, I say I made it up, right? In the second part with the woman, you see, with $2 gas, you see, every time you go out to act, you get $2 worth. $1 takes you there and $1 brings you back. Gas is empty. You get another car with $2 gas. It's like that, right? And in the third part, where I cannot go over the building, I said, look at that. I'm right where I started. Remember, at 7 years old, I'm facing the wind and I couldn't advance. So now I said to myself, but I'm right where I started. How do I get out of this? And I said, of course I cannot overcome the wind. I am the wind. I will leave that one with you for now. And then after that I dreamt, there's a road going east-west between two buildings. I'm facing away from the road. I put my arms out and I remember to bend my elbows and my fingers like that. And I'm flying. And I thought, hey, if I take an apartment by the road, that's all I'm entitled to. I shouldn't be here over the fields, but it doesn't matter. I'm going. And after a while I realized, hey, you know, I'm not flying level. I'm going down. But I didn't think anything of that either until I reach the ground. And I see a well. Pa is in the well, up to his chest, and he's struggling. Then I see him grab a cat with both hands, and he goes down. And I said, he's going to drown that cat. And then I see a cat fighting. I thought maybe two cats fighting. Then I see that cat left and went away. And this animal is dead, feet up in the air. And I said, hey, cats don't fight like that. And then I look at the feet of the animal and I said, it is not a cat. It belongs to another family of animals, say. Okay. And then I see a hole in the ground like that, going down at an angle. And I see an animal, not a cat, a little animal, slowly going down in this hole. And I looked in and I see a cat walking around. And I said, oh, soon there's going to be a big fight in there. I wake up. And then I wondered about this. My father drowned that cat. One cat has finished fighting and left. And one cat is walking around. And then I remember a story. A long time ago, I heard a story. I don't know the story. And there is a line, I don't even remember the whole line. But part of the line was, if the man remembers he's a man. That was it. And see, if the cat remembers it's a cat, there's going to be a big fight in there. But if the cat forgets it's a cat, then they'll just live in peace until one day the earth will cover them both. And I'll tell you a little something. That is the secret of Arjun as Brihanala in the Mahabharata story. You see, he forgets he's a man. That's how they can live in peace in that place of enormity. Same thing with this cat and this animal living in place of, anyway, whatever. So, that ends that story, right? And then I dreamt I'm in a place like, it must be like a school cafeteria. Students at the desk. And I had a book. I think that is the book that was given to me. In the story, I said, In the beginning, when I was 24 years old, I'm high up on a tree and a woman gave me a book. I think this is the book that brought me all the way to the end. You'll see, and you'll see how this is. And then I thought, I'll give this to that girl over there. But then a young man came to me and said, hey, you giving the book? I'll take it. So I give it to him. I went outside. And in the distance, I see a forest. And I wanted to fly over this forest, but I don't want anybody to see me flying, you see. That might scare people. So I walk for a while. Then I go. And I fly. I'm flying over the trees. And then I landed in a tree. With so much leaves, I couldn't see the sky. This tree is above that forest, you see. I dive out of that tree now. And I go up again over the tree. And I landed on a narrow road. First thing I noticed to my left is a little house there, red bricks. Yeah, red brick shows up many places. But anyway, red bricks but not plastered. And I hear music like ragas or classical music, something like that. Oh, that's very nice. And I see the road is like about 5 feet wide and it's covered with board. And I look in this and there are just red brick houses. I went there and I turned left. Then I turned left. And as I wake up, I said, once over the trees, twice over the trees, into a village. This is a strange place to be, eh? And then later on, I dreamt, it's like I'm walking in an easterly direction. The road is east-west. And I said, I look both sides and said, where am I supposed to be going? No, I should be going west. And as I turn around, I run. And there's a fence there. And I grab the fence and I pull myself at good speed. And I just keep going up, way up, way up. And I heard somebody say, he is going high as the eagles. And I went way up as I was flying. And then I decided to straighten out, put my arms by my side, face the sky. And I thought, if I stop moving my arms, I'll fall. But it doesn't matter because once I start to fall, I'll just spread my arms and glide down. And I wake. So, from the beginning, I was faced with the wind. I learned to fly over the trees. And now, I am way up there, facing the sky. But wait a minute, I thought I said I already went through the sky. But it doesn't matter. Like I say, it's my story, yeah? You must have a story of your own. Do tell. This is the parlor. I am Aten Raj Indranath, interpreter.